This video was sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. Click the link in the description below and then stick around to the end of the video to where you can learn what kind of cool epic perks you can get. You know, I've been playing the critically acclaimed MMORPG Final Fantasy XIV since about August of last year. And until recently, I've been using a keyboard like everyone else. What if I told you can go from using this to just this? Let's get started. Before we dive into this is essentially a large topic, so there's probably going to be a few things I might miss or kind of glaze over. So if you have any other questions or anything, feel free to drop a comment down below or come by and join the Discord, or I stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time over at twitch.tv/Twiggeth and ask me a question there. I'd love to hear from you. So we've all seen other creators use the Donkey Konga bongos for games like Dark Souls, or up until recently, there was a creator that was playing Final Fantasy XIV using the Kinect, and they got me thinking, wouldn't it be cool to use the DDR dance pads for something like that? And then I thought, you know, maybe something a little bit more accessible for everybody. And I used the Stream Deck to primarily play the entirety of Final Fantasy XIV Asterisk, because you still need a keyboard to move with WASD. But you can use your abilities and everything else using just a Stream Deck, which is pretty cool. So after doing some digging, I noticed that everyone had already been using the Stream Deck to change their classes, their jobs, without digging in through tons of menus. And I thought, why stop there? Why not just make it more accessible and use your abilities as well? So today I'm going to show you how you can take your Stream Deck and turn it into the ultimate weapon. I went there. So as you can see, I have Final Fantasy XIV pulled. Oh, hello. So as you can see, for simplicity's sake, I have 2 hotbars pulled up in Final Fantasy XIV, and I'm going to show you how you can change them from the bars to make it look like it actually belongs on a Stream Deck. So you're going to go into your HUD layout. You're going to go into, you're going to click the hotbar, and then you're going to click this UI element settings right here. And then as you can see, you can change it to 12:1, 6:2, or 4:3, which is what I use since I have the standard Stream Deck. And you click save, and you do that for any of your hotbars. And then, you know, it'll arrange everything into, you know, this 3x4 grid. So now we're going to take this, and we're going to put it onto the Stream Deck. Okay, so now that we have Stream Deck open, to do this, we have to go over to System, and we're going to set up a hotkey. So, and then we're going to go ahead and fill all these up with, fill all these up with hotkeys, not switches. So now that we actually have all the hotkeys on the Stream Deck, we need to actually bind them to what the abilities would be on our hotbar. So this one on the position would just be 1. And then as you can see, as I'm clicking these and putting in the keystrokes, it's picking it up. And we'll go ahead and set these to 4. We're going to go ahead and just go down the line here real quick. Nothing too fancy. So this is our first page, and that's going to typically bind to our first row of our first hotbar of abilities. Now for the second one, which that's usually going to be Control plus whatever key. So we're going to go ahead and switch over to that second page, and I'm going to fill this up with hotkeys real quick. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing. So this one, it's going to observe Control 1, and that's going to basically be the whole premise of our second hotbar. Now that we have all these set in, you can also go and change the titles into whatever abilities that they are. We're going to go into that a little bit in depth in just a moment. So now that we have all of these keyed up, let's open up Final Fantasy again. Okay, so now that we have our Stream Deck set up, as you can see, I have on this one, this is the left hotbar, and then this one is the right hotbar. So if I were to say, you know, I don't even necessarily have to click anything. I can just hit tab, and, you know, there's the ground squirrel, and guess what? Control 4, which is this key, he's dead. That's it, see? And it just works. It's great, it's easy, and I don't have to struggle with hitting control and then going all the way over to plus or anything like that. And honestly, I feel like this makes the game more accessible to anybody. They can just pick it up and play, and you know, that's what it's all about. It's all about the accessibility. And of course, you can go into, you know, dungeons and do higher tiers of gameplay as well. Keep in mind, I'm only level 72, so I haven't done high-end like gameplay, like in-game, like in-walker terms of gameplay yet, but it is something that can be done. So it's also important to know that your mileage may vary. This will vary by class, obviously. I'm very used to my bard rotation, so like I know what I need to do, what needs to be done, and I don't necessarily have to use the mouse at all, unless I just need to adjust the camera. I can just tab over and hit enemies. Now, obviously, with other classes, again, your mileage may vary, but this is what works for me. But yeah, it's great. It easily makes the game more accessible to anybody, so anybody can pick it up and play. And to me, that's what's important. You just have accessibility for everybody, so anyone can play your game. So that's pretty much the basics of it, but what if you're going to go a little bit more in depth and add a little more pizzazz to it? Well, you can. I'm going to show you how. So maybe you want to go the extra distance and make this look a little bit more professional. You can easily do that by, you can just click on the key on the Stream Deck app, click this little arrow, set from file, and then I have all of the images of the abilities saved on my computer. And then one for me is heavy shot, so there it is. So it doesn't have like the same like effect that it would in the game because it's just a still image, but it does add that nice touch to it, so you can just show like all of your friends like, hey, I'm playing this with the Stream Deck, here's my abilities. So yeah, you can set this up for all of them. I already have that set up on mine. That's how I play Final Fantasy XIV using only the Stream Deck, and now you can too. Alright, that's gonna be it for today's video, guys. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, and maybe you're new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell, so that way you can be alerted of whenever I release a new video. Also, hey, don't forget to like, comment, share, make a clip, do a funny TikTok of whatever this video is, and whatever puts this video in our great gracious algorithm's favor, please do it. I would greatly appreciate it. As mentioned at the start of today's episode, today's video is brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends. Have you ever been waiting somewhere, maybe sitting on the toilet, or maybe just waiting in line to get into the dungeon or trial in your favorite MMORPG, but because you play DPS class, it takes a really long time for you to get in by yourself because you didn't learn how to heal or tank? I know I've been there. Which is why Raid Shadow Legends is available for free on PC and mobile, so you can kill some time while you're waiting to kill some other guys. It's great, and there are hundreds of champions to collect, and also by clicking the link in the description down below, you not only help support the channel, but you also get 50,000 silver for free, and you also get a free legendary champion as well. Also, if you don't click the link in the description down below, Plank will be very sad. I promise you that this smiling face will be a frowning face. Just trust me. So what are you waiting for? Click the link in the description down below, input my code, and get a bunch of free stuff, support the channel, and download Raid Shadow Legends for free today.